This video was made possible with the help of Game Toppers. Upgrade your gaming experience with a Game Topper.
Well, hello chaps and chapettes. I am doing something I vowed never to do because I find it pointless and doesn't help me in the slightest as a consumer to evaluate a board game in any shape or form apart from it looks nice, and that's a box opening video. Yes, I'm going to be opening up this box behind me, which is a Kickstarter. I know about it. As you can see, I do get Kickstarters. There's Dreamscape and War of the Realms, and unfortunately I'm not going to be opening them because I haven't had a chance to play them yet. But I'm going to be opening this box here because I know what's in it, and I can't say that this video is a box opening video. I can say it's more of a Kickstarter No-No. Yes. And because it's Christmas, I think I'll call it a Kickstarter No-No-No. Now I have a Kickstarter box. Ho ho ho. But anyway, let's go and crack this open and see if I actually open a can of worms, which I'm hoping to do. So, jumping straight to the chase. I'm probably going to edit this video a lot, just to cut it, make it interesting. Yeah. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 small boxes in it. And if you can't already tell, this is Dark Souls. So, Dark Souls was a Kickstarter back in 2016, and I received my copy near the end of 2017, and I played it about 5 times to get a good general feel about the game, and I didn't like it. Let's just put it that way. I'm not saying it's a bad game, I'm just saying that for a game which is heavily strategic and heavily hard, there was a hell of a lot of luck in not only the dice rolling, but majorly in the blacksmith's weapons that he created, and that could swing a game left or right depending on when you were playing it. So I didn't go particularly well on it. So now it is 2019, 2 years after, and I get the expansions, which are the characters expansions, which I don't think introduce anything interesting. We have the explorers expansions, which doesn't do anything. We have the Iron Keep expansions, which doesn't do anything. And we have the Phantom expansions, which doesn't do anything, I don't think. Let's open them up and have a look. So, 2 years for... Okay. I'm slightly shocked. There's a book here with maybe some story and background, along with characters, and the minis look pretty good. Cards. There's a bucket load of cards, but yeah, it looks like there's some new things introduced. I'm shocked. I'm stunned. I was expecting it just to be a box full of minis, and yeah, I'm shocked. Let's have a look at this one. The Iron Keep. Now I was expecting that the scenery should have been with this as well, but obviously, where I don't really pay much attention to my Kickstarter emails, I don't really look. So this, the Iron Keep, comes with some big minis and another little book with an introduction and a few little extra rules using the crystal lizard. So that's for the big monster here. Again, some cards, some plastic. I'm not going to waste time getting all this out, but they look good. The Explorers expansion. Again, what do we have? Another little booklet. Again, a bit of story, the contents. There's the treasure chests and barrels. I wondered where they were and the doors. That would have made the game not much better. So, using expansion treasures. So there looks like there's some rule changes that have been added to the game. Some extra little things. New behavior patterns probably, yeah. And the scenarios, the campaigns. And now the characters. Another little booklet just explaining what the icons are of each of the new characters, their starting weapons by the look of it. New character boards, the mercenary, the depraved, the thief, the cleric, the sorcerer. Yeah, it's nice stuff. And then the minis, which look, yeah, but this rant. So yeah, I'm a tad shocked that there is some kind of little things that have been added to the game in regards to some new powers which need to be explained, some slight new rules. But that doesn't change the fact that I got rid of the game because it used to be where, well, actually below where Azul is here. It used to be there, and I gave it away. But it's been 2 years since I received the game. Last year, about this time, they sent out the expansions with scenarios and bits and pieces. And this is all the Kickstarter stretch goals add-ons another year later. Yeah. And just looking online, I see that there's 2 expansions which I should have got because they were Kickstarter exclusives, which came with the Soul Pledge, the Invaders expansion, and the Summoned expansion. Where are they? So what happened? I mean, the only thing that I can suffice is that Steamforge took my money, gave me the game, and then used some of that money doing other things while they were wrapping up other money from other things and after sales of Dark Souls and other games that they sell to then pay for this to be made. Because I mean, all of this could have been chucked in very easily with the base game, because a lot of this is just aesthetics. It's just extra characters which probably haven't been really play tested well, some new powers, some new monsters, which don't change the overall opinion of the game for me, due to the fact that it is just too random, too repetitive, which is a shame because I really wanted to get into Dark Souls. I'd like the idea of the video game where it's strategic how you take down a monster and how you get into place. And in fact, with the end bosses, that was when the game actually came alive, when you kind of like knew what their moves were after a round or two, and then you could program to fight around them. But it was getting to that point where you had to have the right equipment. And if you had really good equipment, the boss was a walk in the park, which is a laugh. But if you didn't have the right equipment, you either didn't get to the boss, or when you got to the boss, you got slaughtered. And this is just another load of boxes. And this is one of the problems with Kickstarter. It's just more boxes of stuff that you probably won't use or don't need, or in this case, it came way too late. You know, I know from working with Monolith the problems that they had, the things that they didn't foresee, like, you know, yeah, they had all these stretch goals, but they couldn't incorporate them into the game, so that was a big disappointment. But at least you had it all in one chunk. You paid your money, you got your game. That was the thing. This is like a mail order service where I've ordered some shoes. A year later, I get the shoes. A year after that, I get the spare laces. And then a year after that, I get the product which protects those shoes from getting scuffed. But it's too late because I've been wearing them for 2 years and they're scuffed. Yeah. So, if you're doing a Kickstarter, don't do this. You know, people want the game. People are backing the game. I know that Kickstarter is a funding thing. I know that it is a case of, you know, there are companies out there which have got more than one game on Kickstarter, And so like the money that you put in for their first game is actually helping finance their third game or their fourth game, or you know, helping pay for the artwork of the fourth game, and while you're waiting for the first game to come. I mean, yeah, that kind of sucks, but at the same time it's a business mentality. But this is not a business mentality. This is a cock up and a half. What am I going to do with this now? I have to remember who I sent the game to. Like, who did I give it to? But anyway, if you're watching this and you're trying to get into Kickstarter and you're worried about Kickstarter, then don't be too worried. This is just like one company out of a bucket load. But I'm just kind of really shocked that it's been... Yeah, the Kickstarter said it was the January, February, March, April, May 2016, the Kickstarter. And it's now December 2019 and this arrives. So there you have it. Have I opened a can of worms, do you think? Do you think Kickstarter is just a load of BS? Do you think Kickstarter is a good thing? Do you think there are lessons that can be learned, even though this is like a late lesson for Steamforge? You know, personally, I very rarely back Kickstarters. As you can see, I've got 2 there at the moment. They're the most recent ones, but that's it. I've got another one coming soon, hopefully, and then there's nothing till next year. So yeah, do you think Kickstarter's good? Do you think Kickstarter's bad? What lessons can we learn? What lessons can game companies learn from from watching videos like this, even though it was not really a box opening video? I'm not even going to moan about the corners being bent, you know. Yeah. So, hope you found this video informative and pointed you in the direction of whether this is a Kickstarter that you might want to back, or if you want to back a Kickstarter at all. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you know someone that might appreciate this video, share this video with them. And for everything else board game related that I do, you can go to boardgameseverybodyshould.com to check out the reviews, the podcasts, the board game music, and craziness there. So thanks for watching. I'll say ciao for now. Remember to please play nicely with each other. Your soul can only be tainted once.
Just sitting at the table next to